The Nigerian Immigration Service is responsible for the issuance and administration of travel documents of persons arriving and departing Nigeria. One of its major milestones is the introduction of machine-readable electronic passports ahead of every other country in Africa. While many applaud this, most travelers who go through Nigeria's major air gateways have a lot of complaints about the men who look through travel documents at the point of exit and entry. On the program, we take a look at the immigration process at Nigeria's flagship terminal, the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, and how this impacts on the nation's image. This is Aviation This Week on Channels Television. I'm Bukola Joe Ketumbi. Thank you so much for joining us. And our background report is up next.
Cities around the world are separated by physical distance. But individuals can travel relatively easily between cities using various forms of transportation. Air travel not only connects people, but it connects economies to further develop the global economy. In this chain, airlines and airports are critical infrastructure assets for modern globally linked economies. An airport is an aerodrome with facilities for flights to take off and land. Airports often have facilities to store and maintain aircraft and a control tower. An international airport is one that offers customs and immigration facilities for passengers traveling between countries, and they are typically larger than domestic airports. The airports often feature longer runways and facilities to accommodate the heavier aircraft commonly used for international and intercontinental travel. One example here in Nigeria is the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, among 3 others across Nigeria. Over 10 million passengers pass through this facility and all have to pass documents clearing carried out by the Nigerian Immigration Service. The NRS's role at airports includes the investigation, detention, repatriation and deportation of foreigners who violate relevant laws, manning of the border posts, and the implementation of Nigeria's export visa regimes.
To make sure those undesirable elements are not allowed in, and those who have the requisite, papers with valid travel documents are of course allowed to come in. But those who are in short of these requirements, no compromise, we send them back, or rather we simply refuse them entry. What I kept on preaching is about this synergy, this cooperation, this collaboration to make sure all security threats are properly handled and contained.
The Immigration Service also has the responsibility of screening foreigners coming into the country through our air borders before they're allowed into Nigeria. At the point of entry, foreigners are most times asked the reason for their visit and how long they will be staying in the country and where. At airports and every other border, a set of people are immune to rigorous questioning. These include presidents of countries and diplomats. At this air border in Lagos, passengers are expected to check the entry and travel requirements for the destination, country or countries, including an identity card, passports and visa. most of the processes here in Lagos are carried out manually, some other countries offer automated gates at arrival that check passengers against a database of passport information and allow them to enter the country without seeing an immigration officer. They typically use a biometric means of identification to validate the passenger, for example, a fingerprint, photograph of an iris, or a comparison of a face with a photograph in the passport. At the MMIA, some of these processes are also incorporated, but this passenger says it's time to move with the times.
I think we still need to improve on those things. Most of those things that internationally are done electronically or digitally, we still do find ourselves doing a lot of them manually in Nigeria, and it's really, really hectic, for travelers.
It's okay. At least they're a bit humble. They are polite about their jobs. They are not harsh. They do their work as expected. Some they behave as if they are more than the uniform they are putting on. But here, at least they are fair to people.
While these processes last, allegations of corruption against officials arise.
No one needs to hear it from anybody. So we all need to improve. It's not, we can't blame anybody at any quarter. I just believe the Nigerian system needs overhauling. We should leave that stage, that level, and move to the next level.
The last time I traveled, it was fair. I wasn't really stressed. And I wasn't asked for any money. In my own opinion, it's fair.
This passenger may disagree, but it's important to note that people who work at the airport be paid well, commensurate with the sensitive tasks they are assigned, tasks that could embarrass the nation.